Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
The Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) recently reiterated its commitment to tackle rising incidents of environmental degradation in the Niger Delta. Interim Administrator of the NDDC, Dr. AKUGHA, gave the assurance during the second meeting of the Niger Delta Environment Consultative Forum hosted by the Commission recently in Port Harcourt. In this report, our correspondent examines factors preventing the NDDC from carrying out its statutory obligation to tackle environmental degradation in the Niger Delta.
As part of activities marking this year's World Environment Day, which focuses on restoration of ecosystems, the NDDC commissioned 5 research groups to carry out a study on current trends in environmental degradation across communities in the Niger Delta. Interim Administrator of the NDDC, Dr. Effiong Akwa, represented at the meeting by his Special Assistant on Technical Matters, Engineer Ubongabasi James, noted that the initiative was undertaken to achieve a roadmap for environmental remediation in the Niger Delta.
We are sincerely believing that this meeting will bring us to the point where definite actions will be taken immediately and urgently to address these very serious challenges in our environment.
Under Section 7 of its Establishment Act, the NDDC is mandated to tackle environmental problems arising from oil exploration in the Niger Delta. As clearly spelled out in the Act, the Commission has the responsibility to advise the federal and state governments on prevention of spillages, gas flaring, and environmental pollution. Additionally, the NDDC Act 2000 provides that the intervention agency should liaise with oil companies operating in the Niger Delta on matters of pollution prevention and control. At the second meeting of the Niger Delta Environment Consultative Forum, NDDC Director in charge of the Commission's Environmental Protection and Control Department, Engineer Onoha Obeka, said efforts were being made to restore ecosystems in the Niger Delta.
It is because of issues of environmental degradation that NDDC was set up in the first place to tackle these problems. And we cannot sit back, and watch what is going on now to continue unabated. So we will do our best.
However, not a few Niger Deltans believe that efforts made so far by the NDDC to tackle ecological problems confronting their communities have been inadequate. Spokesperson for the Niger Delta Rights Advocates, Comrade Darlington Uwauju, says the performance of the NDDC in this regard leaves so much to be desired.
The NDDC, who owes the people of the Niger Delta region an environmental duty to remediate and save the environment.
Part 5 of the NDDC Act makes adequate provisions to fund the NDDC to enable it carry out the onerous task of preventing and mitigating negative impacts of environmental pollution on communities. As provided in the Act, the Commission is entitled to 50% of allocations due to its member states from the Ecological Fund, while the federal government is to remit to the NDDC the equivalent of 15% of total monthly allocations to states as its own contribution to funding the NDDC. Our findings, however, reveal that the federal and state governments have both failed to make such remittances to the NDDC since its inception in 2001. As at September 2019, unremitted ecological fund to the NDDC stood at over 60 billion naira, a situation that is blamed on mismanagement of the funds over the years. As a result of this development, the House of Representatives and the Senate are currently considering 2 separate bills to transfer the management of Ecological Fund from the presidency to a statutory body that would ensure prudent use of such fund. Port Harcourt-based social commentator Dr. Loke Leanya supports the move to relieve the Ecological Fund Office of the responsibility to manage funds meant to tackle various forms of environmental degradation confronting state and local governments in Nigeria.
I think a special body should be created to manage the funds that body that will be closer even to the communities who are mostly affected. Because there are no point, either the state or federal, hijacking the funds, but at the local government or the communities where the devastating environmental effect taking place, they don't feel the impact.
While they look forward to an immediate transfer of the management of ecological funds to a newly constituted body without any further delay, concerned Niger Deltans have called on the federal government to investigate its alleged mismanagement and bring all those found wanting to book.
Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, making a difference.
Inside the Niger Delta,